All right, everybody, welcome back to Orange Coconut Podcast Avocado Octopus. And today we are playing No Man's Sky. I picked this game up about a week ago. I've put 5 or 6 hours into it so far. I'll be honest, I'm not loving it too much so far. I find it's very complicated and unintuitive. It is kind of a survival game, kind of like Valheim. But one of my issues is it's just not very well laid out, and there's just a lot of to do work, busy work. Like, for instance, to build anything more than your very basic structure, you have to research and unlock all of these different building materials, and there's concrete, metal, but they all look roughly the same. You have to unlock all this technology. I'm sure there's more to come. One of the problems is, though, finding the resources to get these research points unlocked is actually quite slow, quite cumbersome, at least at the beginning of the game. My other huge issue with it is there is so many different resources, and the game does a very, very poor job of really clarifying what do you use everything for, what's needed, what's junk. I don't know what. I know a few things here are valuable. A bunch of them I couldn't tell you anything about what they do, and the game's really poor at telling you how to use things, making it clear what's valuable. Some of these things can be combined with other things. Some of these things can be processed into other things. It's just really complicated, really unintuitive, and just, in my opinion, very poorly done. You will basically have to spend hours learning just what all of this stuff is, what to do with it, and that's kind of no fun. I want to be able to pick stuff up. I know what meat does. I know what wood does. I know what metal iron ores do and that kind of thing. So I don't know what ferrite dust is. I don't know what sodium does. I don't know what facium is going to be used for, sulfurine. Um, it just seems like it's needlessly complex for the sake of being needlessly complex. This is a survival game, so you're going to basically mine things. Another issue I'm just not entirely sold on. I don't know, maybe having a pickaxes and axes and stuff, it makes it a little different. All you ever do is run around and just shoot things with your laser gun, and that's it. That's pretty much how you craft stuff. You have a different mode that can destroy terrain, so you can dig around places, but that's pretty much it. You need upgrades to get some things, so I don't have the advanced mining laser yet, so I can't mine some of those things, but pretty much that's the core gameplay. It's not all that different from moment to moment, so it does get a little dull sometimes, but you do have some scanning tools like the one you saw me use there, but then you have a totally different scanning tool that does other different things. I'm not sure why you need to have two different scanning tools, but apparently you do. So we'll take the ship over to that buried supply thing and see what's inside of it. Oh shoot, I wanted to tag it so I knew where it was. And this one, damaged. See, I was sure that said buried supply last time, whereas now it says salvage container. Salvage container. What we're really looking for is buried supplies. Those are the ones that are going to give us the research unlocks that allow us to get more things so that we can get better weapons, better gear, better house stuff. So I guess we'll tag this one and we'll head over to it, see what's there. I know I've been to one or two of these before, and one of them was kind of dull. There really wasn't much there. I got some resources or something like that from it. The other one I went to and I got attacked by a bunch of things, and cool. Even though I tagged it, it seems to have. There it is. I was going to say that was annoying. So let's head over here, and flying is a little bit faster than walking for sure. But the only challenge is sometimes you have to find a place where you can actually land. But I think we should be able to put down somewhere right here. Hey, look at that. The one party trick the game does have going for it is you do get your spaceship kind of right off the bat, and you pretty much can take it out and take it straight into space. So let's see what we get here. Oh, cool, great. Residual goop. Good. Wonderful. Again, I don't know what that means. I don't know what it did for me. Oh, I have to select it. Okay, there we go. And then can I do anything more with it? Or is that it? Oh, I got nanites. Cool. And those are helpful. There's some sort of resource. I don't recall. Again, it's a kind of later game thing. You create blueprints or something like that with it. So let's take off and head into space. And at least that's a little bit more exciting than just kind of walking around here on the planet. And we'll go see if we can find a space station. There is one just a little bit up here, so I know we can find it fairly easily. We'll go see what space is like. So this is kind of neat, the ability to just take off and head off out of here with minimal load times. You did see a little kind of bit of a lag there. What I will say, another issue I have with the game is you may have noticed the graphics stuttering a bit. It's not a very well optimized game. It relies very heavily on RAM and CPU, which a lot of games in today's day and age don't seem to. They're very video card focused. So the cool thing is you can actually fly to all of these different planets and everything, and you can even fly to different solar systems. But for the moment, we're just going to head over to this space station, and we're going to see if we can encounter an asteroid field while we're doing it, just to blow some up, get a little bit of resources just to see what it's like. I think we've flown slightly into the atmosphere of that planet again, but nothing easy, so we're going to engage warp speed, which will get us there a lot faster. So there is a few asteroid fields that you can see we're just kind of blowing through. Ooh, wow. So these are space stations. Right now they're really just trading hubs. There doesn't seem to be much purpose to them other than to go trade things, that kind of thing, but I believe it is geared at the later stage of the game. You can kind of follow the story by going to them and talking to people. But for the moment, I'm just using them as a trading hub. I'm slowly trying to get enough money together to buy a better ship, and then I can kind of keep going and upgrading my ship, and eventually you'll buy like a freighter, which is like a mobile base, and go from there, and then you can plant things. And it's, you know, your standard kind of craft to build bigger and better stuff and get more money so you can buy cooler things. But right now I don't have a lot of money. I'm only at 609,000. Generally a starship, a replacement starship, is going to go for a couple million. So I have a ways to go, but you can talk to these guys, and right now you can see I don't really know much of his language, right? Virtually none of it. So I don't really know what he's saying, but you can practice language skills and learn a few extra words from them, but for the moment we'll just keep on going. So there's a ship. I could head down there and see if that guy will sell it to me. I don't anticipate I'll be able to afford it. He's probably going to want a higher price than I have any cash on me. And there's different grades of ships as well. So let's see what... I've learned the word friend from this guy's language. And let's see what he's got to sell. So this is a B-class ship, so not great, not terrible. What does he want for it? Woo-wee! He wants 10 million credits for it. So, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to buy it. But hey, we'll get there someday, right? I'm just meh on the game for the moment now. It's okay, it's not great, it's not terrible. But it has a very steep learning curve, and as I said, it's not very intuitive. So I'm hoping that as I spend some more time with it, I'll get a little bit more familiar with how it works. Maybe things will get easier, and then I can kind of move a little bit faster. But for the moment, I'm just so-so on it. I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. But if you really want a space game and something you can fly kind of anywhere and talk to different aliens and mining laser things to death, well, this is the game for you. There is some missions that they released. Like right now, you can participate in some different things. The current one just launched. It leaves you stranded on an ice planet with a bunch of other players. You kind of basically have to work together to survive and get back to your ships. And then there's a whole lot more stages to the mission from there. I've been told that's pretty fun and cool, but I'm not ready for it yet. I'm just started the game. I don't have any real good gear or equipment. So as I learn more, I'll let you know. But that's it from us. So stay orange and stay nutty.